Hey friend, I want to give you some encouragement right now. You have what it takes to be a leader in your business. And if you're like me, you have wondered whether or not you have what it takes. So I want to welcome you to the club. It is normal to see everyone else as confident or having their act together and knowing all the stuff. And so it's really, really natural that we think we don't know enough to be a leader. When I started my coaching business, I thought that I had to know everything to be a leader. And when people would ask me questions I didn't know the answer to, I would panic. Uh, I would freak out. I would think, I don't know the answer to that. Maybe I'm not qualified. Maybe I'm not good enough to be a leader. And what I have learned through all of the leading I've had the opportunity to do in the past 19 years of my career is that it's actually not what people want. They don't want someone who knows it all. I want you to take a step back for a second and stop thinking about, whether or not you're good enough or whether or not you're worth it or whether or not you know enough. I want you to stop and ask yourself, what do you want your leader to be like? If you are most people, you want them to be kind, caring, encouraging. You want them to be a role model. And I bet your list does not include, I want them to know everything. Because we actually don't want our leaders to know everything. Leaders that show up knowing everything, they actually make us feel worse, not better. I am reminded of one of my favorite quotes by Teddy Roosevelt. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And Gallup did some awesome research, and it shows that what people want from a leader is trust, compassion, stability, and hope. And none of the research says, I wish that my leader knew everything. And so are you good enough to be a leader? I think true peace and entrepreneurship. Let me bring that back. I think the answer to just accepting, right, what is that the answer is yes and no at the same time. The answer is yes, you are good enough to be a leader because you are showing up and you are doing your best to the best of your abilities. You're providing trust, compassion, stability, and hope. The answer is also no, because we are flawed humans, and that's okay. And as soon as we master one leadership level, we kind of rise up to the next, and then we become unqualified for the next level. It's like when our kids advance. My kids do karate, and so once they get their brown belt, they've reached all the qualifications of becoming a green belt. Well, then they pop up to brown, and now they're unqualified again. And what would we tell our kids? We would say, you're going to get it. You're going to do fine. And as soon as you become qualified as a brown belt, boom, now you're a black belt. And that's how it always works. Our kids, once they master second grade, boom, they get popped up to third grade, and now they're back unqualified. And leadership is really no different. And so if we're sitting here waiting for when am I going to be qualified, when am I going to know everything when it comes to be a leader, that's as insane as our kids saying, when am I going to, or I don't even know how to explain it, because your kids would never say that I don't know enough to be in this grade. That's exactly why they're in this grade, is what we would tell them. And yes, when it comes to building trust, compassion, stability, and hope, there are skills, there are knowledge, there's experience that helps turn those, right? Like really, really make you a lot better. In fact, with our one-on-one coaching clients for network marketing that we work with them on how they uniquely provide trust, compassion, stability, and hope, and how to add skills to that so they can be better. And so that is super, super helpful. And if you want to know how to do that, of course, we'll help you with that. In the meantime, I want to remind you, you already know how to build trust, compassion, stability, and hope, because you do this in other areas of your life. But even really simply, how do you build trust, compassion, stability, and hope when you don't know everything? You won't ever know everything. So I think that it starts there. But how do we build trust with people? We build trust with people by asking them questions like, tell me about your goals and how will that impact your overall quality of life? And we show compassion by checking in with them and just saying, hey, how are you? Or if they're running into a rough spot, are you okay? Or we might ask them a question like, what's hard for you right now? Those are all things that show compassion. If you want to show stability, set a schedule and stick to it. You don't need to know a lot to be able to set a schedule and stick to it. That is something we just need to do. And to provide hope, friends, we just need to give them encouragement. We need to role model and do our own thing so that they have an example of hope. We also just need to recognize them. Hey, good job. You rock. I love the work that you do. That is encouraging and that brings hope. I think it's super important to just stand in the space and remember that we don't have to know everything to become a great leader. I was recently working with a client who was kind of stuck in her recruiting. And she used to be a really, really powerful recruiter. And so we talked through this, and what happened is that as a successful leader, right, supporting her family and all of this, what she was doing is she was positioning herself. It was like, come and join my team. I know all this stuff and I'm for sure going to help you to be successful. Well, entrepreneurship is kind of a crap show. There's so many variables in their lives. There's variables in skill. There's variables with customers. And so that promise that she was making was pretty tricky. And I asked her, we talked about what did she do when she first started? And these weren't her exact words, but here was her sentiment. When she started, she didn't know anything. So she didn't come across as, I'm such a knowledgeable leader. Would you follow me? And then I'll make sure you're successful. She was like, I don't know a lot about what I'm doing. The one thing I can promise you is it'll be fun. It'll be an adventure and we'll figure it out together. Would you like to try this with me? And that's when she was doing her best recruiting of business builders. And I think that you can do that. I think that we can build trust for people by admitting that we don't know it all. I think that makes it more reachable for them, but also to let people know we are on the pursuit of excellence, that we are you can pursue excellence without knowing everything in a given moment. And I think that is just so powerful. The difference between excellence and perfection. Perfection is about our ego, and excellence is about serving others to the best of our abilities. And I want to encourage you to step in the space of leadership, and I want you to step in the space of pursuing excellence and know that you do, right? If you are watching this video or listening to this podcast, you do have enough to be a leader. And also, you do not have to do it alone. One of the things I think that really helps me feel more confident as a leader and as a coach is that I have someone that if I don't know what to do, I can ask my coach. And she has more experience than me, and so she typically will know the answer. And so I can step into situations where I might feel shaky, but I know more than I think I do. I know enough to help them, and I also know I have access. And we want to be that for you. I want to invite you really quickly to check out the Emerge Surge. This is our membership for committed network marketers who want to help people. And inside our membership, we're going to help you with your skill development. We're going to pour into you so that you are encouraged, so that you are feeling clear, and so you are moving in action. We are going to better pour into you so that you are better able to provide trust, compassion, stability, and hope. So you can do that. You can check that out by going to emergeSalesTraining.com/emergesurge. If you have questions and you want to connect with us personally, we are here to talk to you. I know, isn't that crazy? So you can also text Coach Please to 44222. So if you need anything, let me know. Let me know if this is helpful for you as well. And I hope you have a great day.